etc. And also we have seen some supplementary units. That time I told you supplementary units are actually radian and steradian. Okay, see, what is a radian? Radian, it is the unit for a plane angle, SI unit for plane angle, and steradian, it is a unit for solid angle. Okay, so now what is radian? How to define radian? See, radian, it is how to define radian now? Radian is nothing but it is the angle subtended. See here from this picture, it is the angle subtended at the center of the circle, at the center of the circle by an arc which is equal to the radius of the circle. Okay, what is it? What is radian? Radian is, okay, it is the angle subtended. See here, this is a radian. See here at O, center O, if I take center as O, what is the radian here? It is angle, it is a circle, center of the circle is O. Therefore, now it is angle subtended at the center of the circle, okay, by an arc. What is it here? See the arc, this is the arc, okay. So, by an arc whose length is equal to the radius. Arc, the length of the arc should be equal to the radius of the circle. Okay. Therefore, then the angle subtended by that arc at the center of the circle is called 1 radian. So, once again, I'll define 1 radian. Yes, the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc of length equal to its radius. By an arc of length whose length is equal to its radius. Okay, therefore, now, therefore, if you draw, see what is, this is the arc. If let me see here, let me just take a part of it. This is the arc. Let me have, yeah, this is the arc and whose length is equal to the radius. Okay, therefore this is radius and this length, let it be ds, small length dl, let it be, it is I have to say it is a length na, therefore let it be small length is equal to dl, and this angle, let it be, what is a d theta, small angle. Okay, therefore what is d theta here? D theta, that is equal to, I think you know, it is dl by r. dl by r. Therefore, this is the angle that is subtended, okay, by the arc of d theta. Now is the angle subtended by the arc of length dl. Okay, and the circle is having a radius that is r. Okay, d theta is the angle subtended at the center of the circle of radius r. Okay, and by what? By an arc of length that is dl. Okay, therefore this is d theta. D theta, once again, d theta is the angle subtended at the center, okay, of a circle of radius r by an arc of length that is dl. Therefore, now this is d theta. Therefore, what is the d theta will be equal to 1 radian when d theta will be equal to 1 radian when dl is equal to r. When dl is equal to r, therefore d theta is equal to, why? Both should be the same, right? dl should be equal to r, then only then d theta is equal to 1 radian. Therefore, that gives you the definition for radian. What is radian? Radian is the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc, okay, whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. Okay, therefore this is radian. Hope you are following. Sushant, can you tell me what is radian? 1 radian. Actually, radian means what is it? You are defining 1 radian. Can you? What is radian? Sushant, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what is radian? One
The
radian.
angle
Ah,
1 is equal to the angle subtended by an arc at
where?
the center
Ah, mm,
of the circle of
mm.
radius r.
Of radius? Yes, once again.
If an angle subtended by an arc at the center of the circle
Mm. Yeah.
at the center of the circle.
The very important condition. Whose length is equal to radius? L is equal to R. Length of the
Yes,
arc
ma'am.
is equal to the radius of the circle.
Circle.
Only then you can say the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle is 1 radian. Got it? See, once
Yes,
again,
ma'am.
how I do? This is a general expression. What is d theta? D theta is angle subtended at the center of the circle of radius r by an arc of length dl. Okay, that is d theta is equal to dl by r. From that, I am defining radian. What is radian? D theta that is equal to 1 radian when dl is equal to r, na? D theta is equal to 1 radian when dl is equal to r. Are you following? Clear? That
Yes,
gives
ma'am.
you the definition for 1 radian. Okay, therefore, anybody else? Manav is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, Manav.
One radian is defined as the angle subtended by arc on the center of the circle, and the arc is when the arc is equal to the length of radius.
Length of the arc is equal to the radius. Okay, right. Now, next one is what is called steradian. What is steradian?
Ma'am, what is the SI unit of radian, ma'am?
What is the SI unit of?
Radian.
Radian itself is SI unit for plane angle, ma. Radian is the SI unit for what? Plane angle. We are yesterday we have seen no plane angle. That is a physical quantity. Plane 2D. I think we discussed everything yesterday, right? 2D angle is plane angle. 3D angle means what is that? It is a solid angle. Okay. For a plane angle, the unit is radian. For a plane angle, the unit is radian. Are you following? Radian is a SI unit. Who is that? Who asked me this question? Name? Who is this, ma? Why this much of problem? Steradian. Have you understood? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is SI unit of. This is a continuation of yesterday's topic only. SI unit of plane angle. Okay. And now I am still, because these two things are new to you, that is why I am defining it. Steradian, it is the SI unit of solid angle. Okay, it is difficult to visualize. That is why I have taken a picture also here. And the definition also it is new to you. That is why I am giving you. Steradian. What is steradian? Steradian, it is the SI unit of solid angle. Solid angle. Okay. Therefore, see, solid, this is a sphere. Now I will take, see, this is a sphere. Okay. 3-dimensional sphere, just like, okay, shot put. Okay, if you take, it is a solid sphere, no? Okay, like that. Here, what is steradian? See, it is the angle subtended at the center of the sphere. It is a center. Okay, of the sphere. Okay, by that surface of the sphere. By, this is the surface. By that surface of the sphere. Here it is 2D. 2D means it is angle subtended at the center by the length of the arc. Because at the center of the circle by the length of the arc. It is a circle, 2D. But here it is a sphere. Therefore, it is 3D. Okay. So here you have to differentiate 2D angle and 3D angle. Okay. 2D angle unit is radian. 3D angle unit is steradian. That's all. Just understand this. Okay. Therefore, what is steradian? 1 steradian. What is steradian? 1 steradian. Okay. Therefore, 1 steradian, it is the angle subtended at the center of the sphere by the surface of the sphere. A surface, a blue dot mein hai na, ye by the surface of the sphere, whose area here, there it is length, but here it is area, by the surface of the sphere, okay, whose area is equal to square of the radius. Whose area is equal to the square of the radius. Hope you are able to compare radian and steradian here. Here it is 2D. 2D means it is angled, once again, see, it is angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc only. There you won't get any surface because 2D, just by an arc of length which is equal to the radius of the circle. That is your radian. Steradian means it is a solid angle. Therefore, how to define? It is the angle subtended at the center of the sphere. Okay, by a surface, by the surface by the surface of the sphere, whose area is equal to the square of the what? Square of the
Radius.
square of the radius. That's it. Is it clear? Understood? Understood? That is
Yes,
solid
ma'am.
angle. Solid angle. There will be fully some.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I think you can visualize that. Okay, that is why I've taken a photograph here. So, is it clear whether you are able to understand 2D and 3D angles?
Yes, ma'am.
So, who will give me Jayavarshini, can you define steradian?
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me-
One steradian is an angle subtended at the center of the sphere by
Yeah.
the surface of sphere whose area is equal to
No.
radius square.
Whose area is equal to square of the radius. Right. Very good. Okay. Understood? Right. Shall we go to the next topic? Whether it is clear for you, children?
Ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let me go to the next step because we are going very slow. That's why. Anyhow, because you are very new to 11th standard syllabus and all now. So first, initially, I will go very slow. Then after that, we have to pick up the speed. Anyhow, we'll see. But some important, now we are going to see some important practical units. See, practically, what are all the units we are using? Very large macroscopic unit, very large unit and very small unit, which are used in our day-to-day life. That is, in every experiments, practically we are using that. What are the units? Some important, we are going to see, important practical units. Okay, what are they? First, we are starting with macroscopic measurements. Macroscopic means very large units we are going to see. Okay, to start with measurement of very large distance. Very large distance. We are going to see what are all the practical units we use in measuring very large distances. Okay, number one. Now, these are very important topic. Okay, so just be attentive. So, first one, very important one is what is called astronomical unit. Astronomical. What is astronomical unit? AU. How to? This is capital A, capital U means it is astronomical unit. See, you know that all the planets actually, the Earth is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit, right? Every planet is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Okay. So it is, now I am telling you, it is large unit. I told you, the measurement of very large distances. Okay. First one, are you following? First one is very large measurement of units. What is it? In measuring very large distances. Okay. Therefore, you can see units of very large distances, practical units, because I have to give the topic. Okay, therefore that is number one. We are starting with astronomical unit. As it is, see, all the planets are revolving around the sun in elliptical orbit. That is known to everyone. The Kepler's law you would have studied in your 9th standard. Okay, right. Now, therefore, now consider the case of Earth. So Earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit, Okay, this is with the sun at one of the foci of the ellipse. Foci means, circle, perfect circle means it is having only one focus. What is a focus? Means center. It is not a perfect circle, don't bother. Okay, perfect circle means it is having only one focus, that is nothing but the center of the circle. But ellipse means it has two foci. Okay, so now according to Kepler, actually what he says, every planet revolves around the sun with the sun at one of the foci of the ellipse. It won't be at the center, at one edge. Okay, one near one end, like that, somewhere here. So this is the sun. And now let us consider this is the Earth. Okay, therefore Earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Okay, with sun at one of the foci of the ellipse. Right, this is Kepler's law. This is the fact. Now we are going to see what is astronomical unit. Astronomical unit itself says it's a very big, very, very huge unit. Okay, therefore, what is 1 AU? It is, see, as the Earth is revolving around the sun like that, see, now at this place, this is the distance between the sun and the Earth. As it is revolving like this, therefore the distance varies. No, it is not. The distance is every time it is varying. Okay, but if it is revolving in a circular orbit, the distance between that Earth and the sun will be the same at every instant. But here, because it is moving in an elliptical orbit, its distance is every now and then the distance will be varying. So this is the shortest distance between the Earth. When the Earth comes here, this is the shortest distance between the Earth and the sun. It is what is called perigee. And if it is coming here, when the Earth is here, it is perigee, and this is what is called apogee. And when Earth comes here, this is the distance, maximum distance between the Earth and the sun. Therefore, every instant, every time, the distance between the Earth and the sun is continuously varying. Therefore, now, what is the astronomical unit now? It is the average distance. If you take the average distance of the Earth from the sun, at every instant, it is varying, very, very. Okay, let it vary. But you take the average of all the distances of the Earth and the sun. Okay, then that gives you what is called astronomical unit. That's it. Very simple. Okay, therefore, it is the average distance, okay, of between the, what is that, Earth and the sun. It is the average distance of the center of the sun from the center of the Earth. If you if you have the center of the sun to center of the Earth is what is called astronomical unit. Hope you are following. That is why average is very important. It is the distance between the center of the sun and the center of the Earth is wrong. Why? Because it is varying every time. So you have to take the average distance, okay, between the center of the sun and the center of the Earth is what is called 1 astronomical unit. Are you following, children? Is it clear? Therefore, 1 astronomical unit, that is it. What is a value? Value is very huge, I told you, no. Therefore, definitely 1.496. This is, you have to memorize. Everything should be in tips. Okay, 1.4. Now, for numericals and all, no, they won't give. You should have how astronomical unit is related to meter. A meter is a SI unit. right? Therefore, 1 astronomical unit is equal to 1.49 into 496 into 10 power 11. Therefore, it can be approximated to 1.5 actually into 10 power 11 meter. Actually, what it is 1.496. If you are approximating, then you can say it is 1.5 into 10 power 11 meter. Are you following, children? Is it clear? Understood? Understood? Okay. Okay. Rohan, can you define what is astronomical unit? Rohan,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me. Yeah.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I couldn't.
What you couldn't? I think 10 times I have given. How many times I repeated this?
Ma'am, I couldn't get the exact point, ma'am.
What exact point? What exact point you want? I am asking you to just define. It is, once again, listen to me. Don't
ma'am.
give it necessary this one. See, I am actually at least minimum of 5 times I would have given the definition. Okay. Really, it is disturbing me, really. Astronomical unit. It is 1 astronomical unit. It is the average distance between the center of the sun and the center of the earth. That's it. What point here? Tell me now.
Ma'am, the astronomical unit is the average distance between the center of the sun and the center of the earth.
That's all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's between the center of the sun and the center of the earth. What is the average distance? That's why I have explained so many things. These and all are not required. Just like that, I can give the definition and go. But I made this much of explanation I have given. See, it is changing every now and then. So, but you have to, that is why you have to take average. Average is very important. Even then, if you are not able to get the point, maybe something is wrong with you, child. Very sorry to say. I think you have not, you are not in the class. Anyhow, light year. What is light year? Next one, next very important. Be attentive, concentrate. After that, don't give an excuse. Okay. So light year.
Okay, ma'am.
What is light year? See, light year is also a very huge, very, very big unit of length. Okay. Therefore, how to define light year? Listen, 1 light year. It is the distance traveled by the light in free space or in vacuum in 1 year. Distance traveled by the light in vacuum in 1 year or in free space in 1 year. 1 light year, once again I am repeating, I won't leave once, by no definition I will say only once. At least if you count, at least 5 times minimum. Okay. So after that one I am asking. Okay, 1 light year. 1 light year, it is the distance traveled by the light in 1 year, where? In vacuum or in free space. Okay, distance traveled by the light in vacuum in 1 year. That is what is called light year. Okay, therefore, you know that. What is the distance traveled by the light in 1 year? You have to calculate now. For that, you know very well, I think distance is equal to velocity into time. I think you have idea. Okay. Therefore, now what we want is distance traveled by the light. Okay. In 1 year, t is equal to here, t is equal to 1 year. And velocity of light in vacuum is, what is that? 3 into? What is the speed?
10 raised to power 8.
Yeah. Therefore, time is 1 year. And the velocity of light is in vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Therefore, what is the distance traveled? That is what you have to find. Okay. Therefore, now you know. Is it clear? Therefore, velocity of light. Let me write. Velocity of light is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay. Therefore, time time t, that is equal to 1 year. 1 year, definitely you have to convert it into seconds, definitely, because you cannot keep it in year. Convert it into SI unit. 1 year, how many days? For that also there is no answer. How can I help?
365 days.
365.
Okay, every day how many hours?
24 hours.
24
Then minute into second. Okay,
60 minutes. 60
Ah,
seconds.
5 days. I have converted the hour means 24 into 24.
4
Then
hours.
converted into minute into 60. Then I have converted into seconds into 60. Okay. Therefore, 365 into 24 into 60 into 60. Are you following? Is it clear? Therefore, how? What is 1 light year? Therefore, 1 light year, that is equal to 1 light year is nothing but distance. What is the velocity? 3 into 10. Velocity into time now. Therefore, into 365. Time is 365 into 24 into 60 into 60 seconds. Are you following? Okay, therefore, how much it is? This light year is equal 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Na? 8 meter per second. This one is second. Therefore, second will cancel. Therefore, how many you will be getting meters? Hope you are following. V into T. V is in meter per second. T is in second. Therefore, distance will be in meter. Okay. Therefore, if you substitute, if you calculate, okay, and if you multiply and see, I'll give you the final answer here. 1 light year is nothing but 9.46. 9.46 into 10 power 15 meter. 9.46 into, 9.46 into 10 power 15 meter. It is 1 light year. Hope you are following this. Is it clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
When I asked
Yes,
you this,
ma'am.
I didn't get your point. Okay, so be here. And if you are, but you can stop me at any time, madam. Use once again you explain. I am very much ready to explain. But when I ask, after repeating so many times, if I ask question, that time you cannot say that, madam, I am not able to get the point. Means there is no. I can say that you are not in the class. Okay, you can say, madam, please, you are explain once again.